Hello, all of my beautiful Cancer friends. My name is LaChan with Power Life Hypnosis, and this is your November 2017 General and Love reading. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website at www.powerlifehypnosis.com, or you can email me at powerlifehypnosis@gmail.com. But of course, going to my website is the fastest and easiest way. So, I'm doing these readings this month. I'm actually doing a second November reading. I did a love reading earlier in October, but now I'm doing these readings as we're approaching November because I can see that for many of us, November is going to be a very, very important month. So I wanted to provide some extra guidance for everyone at this time. So I have 10 Lenormand cards here in front of me, as well as a card from my Sibylla Oracle deck for the clarify of the situation. So I'll go ahead and get into what I see here. Keep in mind this is a general reading. This is not a love reading. This is a general reading. And also, because this is a general reading, the messages may not resonate with you. If they do not, please check your moon and rising sign videos instead. So in the center position here, I have the compass and the dog. I'm actually using my expanded edition Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck, so it does have extra cards in here that are not found in a regular deck, a regular Lenormand deck or traditional Lenormand deck. So again, I have the compass and the dog. So what I can see here is many of you are going to be going through a situation where the path of a friendship or the path of a relationship or the path of some kind of connection, something familiar to you, will be illuminated. This may be the direction of a friendship or the direction of a soulmate connection or something like that. Let me go ahead and say this before I begin. I can see here, okay, so from looking at the suits here, I can see some different clues going on. I can see here that there are going to be some delays, and this may be a delay in visiting someone or something coming to you or something like that, possibly something coming to you. And then I can see here that there are going to be some worries going on, and this may be in conversation. There may be some worries surrounding conversations with someone, with a friend, possibly a soulmate. This could be a work relationship, but this is going to be with another person. However, I do see here that there will be pleasure coming. There will be pleasure coming during the month. It is approaching. I can see here that there may be some competition over someone, or at least two people who have feelings for the same person. Okay, so let me tell you what I have here. I have here the mask in the house of the letter. I have here the compass in the house of the dog, the rider in the house of the birds. At the top of the deck, I have the storks in the house of the bouquet. And the bottom of the deck, I have the coffin in the house of the bear. So taking all these cards and everything that I see here, I can see here that many of you are going to be going in a new direction, possibly with a connection of yours. I'm going to say a friend, but this can be with a soulmate, a relationship, or something like that, but someone, something familiar to you. So because the dog card usually represents a friend. So I can see it that many of you are going to be going in a new direction, or the path will be illuminated during the month of November. So by this mask card here, I can see that. And let me say this, on the bottom of the deck, I see here that there is the sun. So I have the sun card here on the bottom of the deck. And the sun card can represent different things. This can represent, one, someone who is very egotistical. This is one of my narcissism cards. This can also represent something being illuminated. So this mask card here, that's in the house of the letter. So this mask card here represents someone who, of course, is wearing a mask. This card is on the left, so that means there's some sadness going on here. Someone's not being truthful. Someone's not being forthright and forthcoming with you about who they are. Or this can be you. So it could be that you are being dishonest about your identity with a friend, or a friend or someone else is being dishonest about who they are with you. Someone could be playing a part. Someone could be playing a role. And someone can't be trusted at face value. So whether this be you or this be the other person, I see that there's going to be some communication going on. So some of you, yes, I believe this would be some of you, could either be, you could be wearing a mask online, a masquerade. So you are pretending to be someone else online. You could be catfishing or luring people or something like that. But I do see here that there's some deception about someone's true identity and who they really are online. Or this can mean that someone here is wearing a mask and they're going to be communicating with you. Or you could be communicating with someone else about this mask. This is in the past position here. So it could be that prior to November or leading up to this situation, someone else could have brought up this mask through written communication. So this would be through email, through texting, through something like that. But then this is also, because this is, actually, I'm thinking about something else. I'm sorry about that. Okay, gonna move on. So I see here that whoever this person is, whether this be you or if this be someone else communicating with you, there's going to be some messages coming in. There's going to be some communication coming in here. I can definitely see that. There's definitely going to be some communication coming in here. I have two communication cards. I have the letter and the bird. So yes, I see that either someone could be writing an email, somebody could be writing a text message, somebody could be communicating in some kind of way with you, Cancer. Or again, this could be you, Cancer, communicating with someone else about the direction of your friendship, the direction of your connection, your relationship, this familiarity here. So this communication here may make some of you a little worried and a little nervous. There may be someone coming to visit. You may be going to visit someone. Someone may bring a letter to your house or something like that. You may go visit someone and bring them a letter. So this depends on whether if this masked person is you or if this masked person is someone that you know. So this compass here, it has the purpose of direction. So on the bottom of the deck here, I have the coffin in the house of the bear. On the top of the deck, I have the stork in the house of the bouquet. So I can see here that there's a direction following in which this person, this dog card here, this friend, whether this be you or someone else, is ending some dominating, overbearing, bullying behavior and opting to move in the direction of improving. I have here, so the bouquet card. So my two narcissism cards, I actually have all three narcissism cards here, which is very, very interesting. So many of you have been in a relationship with a narcissist, which is very, very interesting. It's very interesting because I'm a Cancer. So again, many of you have been in a relationship with a narcissist. So if you don't know what that is, people who are narcissists, they play a role, they wear a mask and they play a role in order to groom their targets and groom their victims into relationships with them. And then they will love bomb. So the way relationships go with narcissists are always, they're pretty much the same. They've always been the same in every case that I've heard or seen. So what happens is you meet someone and you hit it off right from the bat. You know, this person may say something to you like, I knew that I loved you when I saw you, or I knew that I loved you 10 years ago, depending on, you know, if you just met this person or before. It could have been online here because, again, we have this mask and this letter card, which is going to signify online. So especially if you met this person online. So this person could have maybe friended you on Facebook early on or something like that, because when that person friended you on Facebook, what they did was they went online to research you and research who you were in order to give you the perfect partner, meaning that they're just showing you what they know that they want you to see, because they've been doing this for a very long time. So they know how to do it. They know how to groom and bring in their targets. So during the love bombing stage of the relationship, they're always very kind, very nice, very caring. They want to listen. They want to spend time with you. They usually want you to move in quickly, or they want to move in with you. they usually play the role of the perfect partner. So there will be, Mr. Nice Guy or Mrs. Good Girl, or they're just going to be the perfect partner. However, there's going to be some weird things that happen. For example, they may randomly break up with you out of nowhere, and then they may do it again. So you may go through a cycle of breaking up and making up, which is very abnormal because in normal relationships, you come together with a person and you talk about it. You don't just abandon that person, but they play off of abandonment issues. And a lot of cancers are empaths, pretty much all cancers are empaths. And narcissists, they especially target empaths. And there is such thing as a spiritual narcissist, so please beware of that, especially online. So if you have communication with someone who you met online and this person speaks about how you have a spiritual connection or how they saw your ancestors and your ancestors said that you guys would be in love or anything like that, these are all red flags that you are dealing with a narcissist. There may be times where you catch the narcissist's mask slip where the person that you met, this person that you met, and then all of a sudden, months later, sometimes years later, you can get married to a narcissist and they may then, start to let the mask slip, where you just see them doing these behaviors that are very unlike the person who they pretend to be or claim to be. A lot of the time they have to tell you who they are because this creates cognitive dissonance and to where you believe them. For example, they may say to you that they respect women. Most narcissists are men, but there are many narcissistic women. But I'll say from, what a man would say. He may say, I respect women, or he may say that I don't like to see women afraid, or something like that. However, this is actually him creating cognitive dissonance to cover up what he actually does want, which is to cause fear, to cause control. They typically do not have any source of empathy or any sense of empathy. I mean, they don't have empathy. Actually, I can't say they don't. Sometimes they can, they pretend to have empathy, or they can appear to have empathy. However, they don't. And that is why they're able to do these things and manipulate. They tend to project a lot, and they often project who they are. For example, they may say that you're judgmental. However, you know that you are not a judgmental person. So where's this coming from? It's a projection. Or they may even call you narcissistic. Why? Because it's a projection of who they are. Or they may say you're manipulative. Why? Because it's a projection of who they are. So if they're telling you things that are not you, and trying to make you believe that you are someone that you are not, or they're putting these bad traits on you or something like that, beware, because that's actually a projection of them and what they're really thinking. Many of you could have ended a relationship because of this, because of some bullying, some overbearing ways. Someone could have been too dominant. However, I do see this person again wanting to go and make some improvements here. Some of you may be experiencing a pregnancy with this stork and this bouquet combination, but others will just be wanting to move in a direction of happy changes, positive changes, joyful changes, really living your life. So that is what I see here. So again, I guess how this would go, the direction of this would be that this person, if this is not you, if you're not the one wearing the mask, so you know which one you are. If you're not the one wearing the mask, the person may attempt to speak with you. They may come to you. They may send you some type of communication. Or if you are this person, then you will be doing that. But moving into a new direction of changes, positive changes here. Okay, so the Sibylla card that I have here is the Nine of Spades in the reverse, and this is the card Prison. So in the reverse, this card says that this situation is surrounding an ending of a period of suffering, a liberation of something. Someone will no longer be or feel enslaved. So it could be that they no longer feel enslaved to have this mask. This person may be writing to you about overcoming this flaw of theirs. Some could be ending an addiction for the time being, because this card doesn't necessarily speak of the long term, but it says that at this time, this person could be overcoming this. If this is a relationship situation, you could be overcoming this abusive bond, this toxic bond that you have. This person may be overcoming their need to control. And it is because some karma, it's possible that maybe some karma has been repaid. So they may have gotten, what they deserved, so to speak. I don't want to say what they deserve, but, they went through something because of wearing this mask, because of their actions. They went through something, and that is leading them to feel guilt and feel remorse, and they feel sorry for what they've done. So I did see something about waiting here in the cards, and it looks like this waiting may have been, or this delay may have been a blessing in disguise, or may have been for the better. If this dog person, if this friend, this person wearing this mask, if you do some financial dealings with this person, I would still be careful about this. And it may be that some of you guys may have been practicing some black magic or something like that. However, it looks like by them going through this, that may be lifting the spell, or the curse rather. But if you're going to go around messing with anything with the occult, please be careful, because way too many people go about doing magic haphazardly, and that can cause it to backfire. So please be careful when doing any kind of dealings in that realm. I now see here that I did see up here about a pregnancy, however, and that was for some of you. However, it looks like there actually may have been a termination of the pregnancy, or a miscarry, or something like that. Or someone discovers some infertility issues or something like that. So that's actually what happened there. So it could be that some of you were pregnant and there was a miscarry or a termination. But again, I do see here, so this person may see that they have this mask on. They may see that they have this mask and come clean about it and want to make some improvements in their life. May want to make a change, may want to end an addiction, may want to end a negative behavior. So this can be, again, at work. This can be in a relationship. This can be with a friend. But they're going to want to end some type of negative behavior. For example, a boss may want to release the hold that they have, the control that they have, the way they rule and control the office. A partner may want to make a change in being abusive. The Sun card here on the bottom of the deck, I am taking it to mean a double meaning, though, because again, this could mean narcissism, but then this could also mean that the situation comes about and it becomes positive. It could be something illuminated, but then the Sun card is also a very positive card. And the Sun card, because this energy is on this spread here, it looks like whatever difficulty that is here will be touched by the sun's energy, the sun's positive energy. So that is going to relieve some of the darkness or some of the difficulties in this spread here. Okay, so by the way, if this is you, if you are the one wearing the mask, please visit my website at www.powerlifehypnosis.com. If you would like any guidance or any direction as to where to go in this situation, if you are moving towards that happiness, if you are moving to that joy, that beauty that I see here, that I saw at the top of the spread, I can ask my guys what personal motivator your mask is coming from, so you can work on that. Or I can even ask other questions and figure out the easiest way for you to make whatever changes that you want to make. And I also do subliminals, so it could be that we find something is going on, and instead of going, doing all the work to work through this problem, we can just subliminally reprogram your mind in order for you to make those necessary changes. So if you're interested, again, please visit my website POWERLIFEHYPNOSIS.com, and you can order a private reading with me. I do 10-minute, 20-minute, and 30-minute private readings. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do here is pull some cards from my side cards deck. I have for you, okay, work, the wheel, the moon, the puzzle, the union, the skills, the sage, the message, death, the fool, the tower, and the tree. Okay, so I know I have a lot of cards here. I'm sorry if you guys get a little confused because you can't see them. I'll try to make it the least confusing possible. So in this first group of cards that I have here, I have a card that says work. I have a work card, the wheel, and the moon. So from what I can see here, let me see. I have to read these a little more intuitively. I can see here that some of you are going to be working on some cycles, some patterns, doing a lot of work, putting a lot of effort into something. I'm sorry, I had these out of order. Let me go back. I accidentally switched them as I was looking at the cards. So we have this work card here, and it actually goes with the moon. So you're going to be doing a lot of work on your emotions. I'm feeling nostalgic when I look at this card. I'm feeling deep emotions that go back for a long time. I'm looking at this moon and hearing mother is something that came up for me. Womb, protecting what's on the inside. So these are just the things that are coming up as I look at these cards. So you're going to be someone's going to be doing a lot of work. You're going to be doing a lot of work on what's going on the inside, inner work. And I see here patterns, and on your patterns, maybe emotional patterns, using your intuition, looking back at what you've been doing over and over again, how the past is influencing your present, maybe how you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and how it's possibly not working. I'm feeling here like it's not working. And I'm seeing tears here as well. So you're going within, doing some inner work on your emotions, looking at the patterns in something. And this is going to be in relationships, because I have here this union. Well, this could be with this union. It could be a family member, could be a friend. Typically, we associate the union card with relationships. So this can be with a partner. This is going to be with another person. So this is going to be with this dog person, the dog person that came up. So I see here with a puzzle, the union, and the skills, that you're going to be doing some inner work about a different path, a different door. It's funny, this puzzle card, on the card, it has 2 doors. And this is actually one of my narcissism cards as well, because it has 2 different, to me, it has 2 different faces. That's kind of what I associate this card with sometimes. So it can also be choosing a different path. Which door do you choose? Do you choose the same path? Do you do the same thing? Or do you do something different? I just thought about the saying, I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. That quote just came to my mind. I think that may be Jack Kerouac. I'm not sure, but that I just heard that quote here. So which door do you choose? Do you do something differently? Or do you keep doing the same thing? It could be figuring out the puzzle of a relationship, a different door in a relationship. So this could be within yourself, in your relationships, or this could be figuring out another way to go about a relationship, a partnership, be it business, romantic, and doing the work there. Because I see here you have the skills, you have the tools, you have the ability to have this union, or at least the skills to do the work. You have the ability, the skills to do the work. Maybe wanting to go about this change in a tactful way, in a skillful way. I'm feeling like by looking at the skills card that there may have been some mistakes, because there's 2 on the skills card. There's a bow, an arrow, and there's some arrows, and there's 2 arrows that are in the ground. So it could be that 2 of you. That's very interesting. This seems like this is definitely a partnership, because we have the puzzle. The puzzle has 2 doors. We have the union. The union has 2 streams flowing into one. And there's a cup here, such as in a tarot. which is emotions. And then in the skills card, there are 2 arrows going into the ground. So it seems like before, I'm hearing and I'm feeling something about before for many of you. You were going down the same path, but you were separate. You were going down the same path. You were doing the same thing, but you were separate from each other. Because in this puzzle card, there are 2 doors, but they are separated by this statue thing. On this skills card, there are 2 arrows, and they're directly next to each other, but they're separated. In the middle of these 2 cards is this union card, which they are separated, and then they come together and they flow together. So it could have been that both of you guys were apart, and now you're going to be coming together, trying to figure out how to fill up this cup in this union card, because this cup is empty. The emotions right here, they're empty. So you're going to be trying to figure out how to come together to fill them, I feel. Okay, so moving on. I have here the sage, the message, and death. So someone could be going within, taking time to themselves to learn, to read, to write. See a lot of writing. There's a message. It could be a message in a bottle, so there could be a message going to someone. This could be in a journal, but this could be also to someone else, writing to someone else. So again, an email, we have all these things about communication. An email, a text message, a letter. Could receive a letter in the mail. But someone's on their own, by themselves, and they're writing, and they're sending this message about either an ending or a transformation. So this could be an ending of a partnership. This could be an ending of the mask. This could be about a transformation. I'm looking at this card to see what I can hear and pick up. I'm picking up from this death card that someone may have been going down a dark path for a long time, and they may not have saw a way out. And it may have been very comfortable for them. There's a lot of red in this card, which I'm associating right now with the root chakra. So there could have been a lot of primal needs, urges. I'm seeing sensuality in here. I'm hearing mental torture. I just heard mental torture. And I'm hearing that it's been a bumpy road, but it's been gotten used to. And there's just been a constant dark here. So some of you may be going, writing this stuff down, learning about these things, writing by yourselves about this, about something ending, about a transformation, about a long road. I'm seeing steps, the same thing happening over and over again, and no way out. But then it's interesting, for the first time I look at this card and I see that there's someone waiting in the very end of this darkness, which usually I've only seen black in this card. I don't even know how I'm saying this, but I feel like there's someone waiting inside of that darkness. And you may be trying to get to them. Okay. So the next cards that I have here, the Fool, the Tower, and the Tree. So it looks like someone's coming out of this death, and they came out as the Fool. They came out as the Fool. So this person that I'm seeing in this card could be you, if not someone else. You coming out as a new person. There's a new you here. You're playing a different tune. You're speaking differently. You're talking differently. You're announcing. I'm seeing announcing. You're arriving. I'm seeing a lot of red here, which reminds me of Leo. I'm also seeing a lot of green in this card and the Tower card, meaning I'm seeing a lot of there may be some grounding going on. Maybe some grounding of this primal from this death card, or whatever this red is in this death card. But I see here the Fool, the Tower, and the Tree. So you may be wanting to start over. There may be something starting over on a firm foundation, or you may be talking about it at the least. Because this Fool card, I feel like he's coming to bring a message right now. He seems a little worried but optimistic. So he may be wanting to play the tune and speak of a new beginning that is on a firm ground, has a firm standing, that is solid. There are no cracks here. I feel like on this tower is what you see is what you get. And then I have in this, then there's this tree card, which could be saying, starting over, becoming more grounded, forming new roots, standing firm, new connections, new thoughts. These are the things that I'm seeing as I look in this card. I feel like this is going to come over a period of time because in this tree card here, there are many leaves. And the leaves, it's interesting how they go from green to red. And I was seeing a lot of green and red here before. At the tip of the leaf is red. So at the bottom of the leaf, closer to the branches, it's green here. So I see that, I'm seeing here that there are changes and maybe thoughts from this green, this grounded that I'm seeing here, is grounded energy. This grounded energy is coming over and kind of moving into, I feel like it's going to grow over into the red and overtake the red in these leaves. So some thoughts could be shifting. This red could be neutralizing with these new grounded thoughts or something like that. But I'm seeing something becoming more grounded, something becoming more firm. I feel like for many of you, I'm seeing here in this full card, there's a little house and it's on the edge of a cliff. And it looks like it's about to fall into the ocean. So some of you could live by the ocean, or this person may live by the ocean. Some of you may be feeling like your stability was going to fall, or something was going to fall off, fall away. But I'm feeling like it's staying there and it's staying caught at the last minute. That's what I'm picking up from this. And now it turns into this Tower card. So it looks like whatever that was there before is actually going to become much more firm, much more grounded, much more stable. This is very, very stable energy with this Tower and the Tree card. Could be wanting to establish a family. Could be singing a different tune, making it, having a different tune. Want to establish a family or something like that. Okay. So that is what I see here. So what I'm going to do now is, what I would like for you to what I would like for you guys to do is pick a number 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to pull 3 cards from my Angel Answers deck by Doing Virtue. So if you have a question, you're going to choose 1, 2, or 3, and that'll give you the answer to your question. So go ahead and pick 1, 2, or 3 while I'm shuffling. Okay, so the first card, number 1, if you chose number 1, the answer is within the next few weeks. If you chose 2, the answer is a year from now. And if you chose 3, the answer here is reconsider. So this will be saying, of course, if you chose 1, whatever you asked, whatever you want to happen, you'll get what you want or the answer, whatever it's going to be within the next few weeks. If you chose number 2, then that would be a year from now. So something would happen in the next year from now, maybe within the next year in general. And then I have here number 3, reconsider. So consider a different option. The last card that I'm going to pull for you here is a self-love card for the month of November. Wow, I didn't even ask the question in my head yet, but I feel like this is definitely a message for Cancers. Self-care. Even while serving others, we should not neglect our own needs. You can only give to others what you have. Replenish your cup. Attend to yourself. So practice self-care during the month of November, Cancer. And then I have play. Reconnect with your inner child. Find a sense of whimsy and wonder in all that you do. Wow. On the bottom of the deck, love your shadow. We are perfectly imperfect. Accept and love yourself as you are, and it will become easier doing this with others too. This way we master ourselves and do not force our view upon others. Let me read this again because this is for those of you who have been wearing the mask. We are perfectly imperfect. Accept and love yourself as you are, and it will become easier doing this with others too. This way we master ourselves and do not force our views upon others. So I took out the book here for this because I wanted to read the message of this card. So it says, the shadow is an idea from Jungian psychology that describes the part of us, the usually negative part, in quotations, that we are unconscious of, that we neglect or even outright deny. When we refuse to acknowledge our shadow, we are prone to projecting our shadow onto others, perceiving traits in other people that may or may not truly be there. Doing so can be a symptom of a shortcoming in ourselves that we have not yet come to terms with. For example, you may perceive confident people as being arrogant when it is you still struggling to find a happy level of self-confidence. Coming to terms with our shadow is a lifelong process and necessary when we set out to heal, love, and master ourselves. Simply put, we can endeavor to learn about and acknowledge our flaws and strengths. We can understand them and accept that they've been with us for a while. We can recognize and integrate our shadow by becoming conscious of this part of us, taking responsibility for our shortcomings, and being more proactive in managing our insecurities. This card may appear when there's an opportunity for us to examine and acknowledge a trait previously unknown to us. The trait may be a constructive or restrictive one. Alrighty. So again, if you are experiencing this, you're having difficulty with your shadow side, go ahead and send me send me an email. You can do that, or I prefer if you go onto my website because that's the easiest way, and you can book a 20-minute reading with me, and I will be able to provide you with some insight into your shadow side, as well as how to move forward and how to heal that area and work with that part of yourself. I'll provide you with some very useful and accurate guidance. So again, if you're interested, and I actually, funny enough, these side cards that I've been using are based on Jungian psychology, and they're based on the Jungian archetypes. So I have a very valuable resource for you if you are experiencing this and would like difficulties. And would like some assistance with working on your shadow side. In order for you to reach that bouquet and that stork card that I had up there, in order for you to reach those improvements, those changes, bringing joy, those happy changes and things like that. Because, it really doesn't have to be difficult. There's so many tools. So reach out to me or anyone. And there are plenty of people that would love to support. Okay, so those are all the messages that I have for you, my lovely Cancer friends. Thank you so much for watching this video or listening to this reading. I wish you the best of luck during the month of November. I hope that I was able to provide you with some useful guidance and insight. Please thumbs up and like this video. If the messages resonate with you, please like this reading. If the messages resonate with you, please comment, please share, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful month. Bye, Cancers.